I'm Bob at I Like to Make Stuff. Welcome to Shop Class. Hey everybody, welcome back to Shop Class. This is part 3 of our little series that we're doing. If you've not seen parts 1 and 2, you should definitely go watch those. In those parts, I taught my kids some really basic shop safety, and then we talked about different types of saws, different types of clamps, and a few other tools that we're going to use in this video. Make sure you go back and brush up on those before moving ahead. Now today, my kids are going to take all the stuff that I've taught them over this past week and then work together as a team to make a birdhouse. This is a really simple birdhouse that anybody can make, and it uses one single 5-foot board. There's a bunch of different ways that you can make a birdhouse out of a single board, but I found a really good article that has all the measurements and plans that you need, and I'm going to put that down in the description in case you want to make your own. All right, it's time to get the kids down here, grab all the tools, and then we're going to make a birdhouse together, and I hope you will make one and follow along. All right, everybody, today we're going to make a birdhouse, and we're going to do that by using a single board. This is a 1-inch by 6-inch board, and it's about 5 feet long. So the first thing we have to do is to cut this down into the pieces that we need. We're going to take the tape measure from the end down to the end of the first piece, and then we're going to use the speed square, like we talked about yesterday, to draw a line. Along that line, we will cut it using one of the saws that we talked about. Then we'll do that over and over until we've cut all of the individual pieces that we need. After that, we'll start working on putting them together. All right, so we're going to clamp this piece down to the table. So now we're going to take the tape measure, and I want you to hook it on one end of the piece and pull it down. You may want to use the lock.
This?
Yep. So from that end, make a pencil mark at 10 inches, just right next to the ruler. Now use the speed square. Remember, you want to hook this on the outside edge, line this side up with your mark, and use your pencil and draw a line down that side. Good job. So now we're going to clamp it down off the table so that you can run the jigsaw along and cut that piece off. You want to be able to turn it a little bit left and right to try to follow that line as straight as you can. Okay? All the way. Good job. The kids cut down all the pieces, and the next thing is to knock off the corners of the piece that's going to be the bottom of the birdhouse. Now the reason you do this is so that there are some drainage holes on the inside so water doesn't collect in there. So we're just going to knock off the corners with the jigsaw. We've got all the pieces cut here, and so now it's time to screw them all together. We've got the bottom section down here, and everything is laid out so that it can just fold up. So we're going to fold these sides up. Now fold that back piece up, please, and then fold this front piece up. And it's going to go into that shape. So what we need to do is get all these pieces lined up and clamp them together so that we can drive in some screws so it'll stay in that shape. Okay? So I'm going to hold it right here. Now put that clamp around here. Yep, as far in as you can put it. It doesn't have to be super tight, okay? Just tight enough to hold it there. Got it. Okay, now you can slide all of these pieces around until they line up on the outside, so everything is lined up. Is it too tight? Okay, so if you need to, you can just loosen the clamp just a little bit and just give it a little pressure. So now can you slide the pieces around? Okay, so this is going to be the overall shape, and then this is going to be the top that we'll put on last. So first we need to put some screws in all these pieces. Now to drill these holes, we're going to use a different type of bit that we haven't talked about yet. It has a regular drill bit on the end of it that's really small, but then it has this black part down here. And that scoops out an area at the very top of the hole that you're drilling so that the head of a screw, the big part of the screw, can sit down flush up against this. This is called a countersink bit. Straight to the wood. Pull the trigger more. So now go a little bit more. Stop. Now see how it made the little...
That's cool.
Yeah. So now the head of the screw, this part, has that same shape, and it will go down inside that. Isn't that cool?
Wait, will it though?
Yeah.
That's too big.
It'll squeeze in there some too. Now the screws that we're going to use for this are different than the other screws that we looked at. We're going to use this, which is a star bit. See that? It's a different shape.
It looks like a star.
Yeah, and that fits inside these screws right there, so it's a nice tight fit. This type of screw is made to go outside so it won't rust. So you're gonna fit that right on the end, get it lined up in the hole that you made, and then you can use this sleeve to help it guide it a little bit. And you wanna pull the trigger really slowly, let it start to go in before you push on it, okay? Because right now, it's real floppy, and if you push really hard, it's gonna go bing. You don't wanna do that, okay? So you wanna take it slow. Remember, you gotta have pressure behind it. See how that's tearing up the metal?
Yeah.
So just it's okay. Just as soon as it hops out, you gotta let go of that trigger. So why don't you put one hand back here and just give it a slight forward pressure. There you go. Great. There you go. Try again. Okay. It's okay. You're gonna do a little bit more because we got a little spread here. Stop. Perfect. Look at that. It's all the way in there. Okay. Okay. Good job. Look, we got a birdhouse that they can't get into yet. So we can fix that, right?
Yeah.
So next up, we need to drill a hole in the front side that can let the birds go in and out, okay? You wanna do that?
Ah! Right under it, are we gonna make like this little tube?
A little stick for them to stand on? Yeah.
Can I make it?
Yeah.
Yay!
All right, so what we're
gonna make it out of?
A piece of wood. All right, so next up we need to take out the spade bit and we need to put in a regular drill bit.
Okay. There.
Yep. Okay, back it out. All right, now we've got the hole and that fits this piece of wood, and this is called a dowel. And this fits in there, but before we put it in, we want to put a little glue in the hole. So can you squirt some glue in there for me? That's good. You can use a hammer to knock it down in there if you need to, but I think it's in there pretty well.
What?
You can use anything as a hammer.
Can I try?
Sure. I think it's in there. All right, now one last thing we have to do, and it's almost done. This piece is a little long. It doesn't need to be this long. So can you help me cut this off with one of the other saws?
Oh yeah!
Which saw do you want to use?
Hand saw.
Okay.
Hand saw. And we're gonna cut it right on this.
Since you got to drill the holes and stuff, we're gonna let her cut it off, okay?
That was
You guys worked together and you all did really awesome, and you made a birdhouse. Now we need to hang this up somewhere. You can do that a couple of different ways. You can put it on a post. You could put a hanger on the back and hang it on a fence or nail it to a fence. There's a bunch of different things you could do. This is a really simple birdhouse and you guys made it in just a few minutes. Here it is, the finished birdhouse. The kids did a great job putting that together. They learned a lot of stuff and I hope that you did too. Did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
Do you want to do it again?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with us in shop class, and we will see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.